That's fast. Good morning. We're up a little earlier than I normally get up on the weekends to test out the DJI Spark with the controller. I was planning on getting the sunrise, but when my alarm went off, I decided that's not going to happen today. Alright, we made it. Let's try out the drone. We're out here at the lake. The storm from yesterday has passed. We're going to try out the DJI Spark Fly More Combo. We've already done most of the review of the drone itself, so I'm not going to cover the drone too much. What I'm mainly going to focus on is how the prop guards affect flight and how the controller changes everything according to the internet. So let's find out. So you see we got the controller here. It's got its normal sticks just like the Mavic. It's got a take photo button and a record button. Gimbal control is right here. The on button is right here. Landing button is right here. Pause flight is right here. A customizable function button is right here. And sport mode right here. It has a USB micro in right here. And the antennas. Looks a lot like the Mavic, except for the differences we talked about yesterday. Oh, and there's another function button right here. So to use the controller, you just take your phone, place it in there. When you turn on the controller, it'll create a Wi-Fi hotspot called Spark RC. You see right there. You connect to it, then you open up the app. I'm very excited for the iPhone to get screen recording. I hear that's coming out with the next update. Super excited about that. All right, once we have that, we're gonna launch the drone. And we're in. It's just that easy. That only took, what, like a minute or two? Now, we're not going to start flying yet. We're going to go through all the calibrations first because it's very important to calibrate your drone before you fly it in a new area. So let's do that real quick. We'll land it, do all the calibrations. Okay, so we'll calibrate the IMU first. You can see I just have it set on its box itself while it does all its calibration. This does feel really good. It feels pretty much exactly like the Mavic controller, which is an awesome controller. Alright, the IMU's calibrated. Gonna restart the drone. Time to calibrate the compass. Compass calibrated. Alright, all the boring but necessary calibration stuff complete. Let's start flying. The controller feels pretty good. You can see how responsive it is. Very responsive. It's still rock solid stable. Except with that obstacle you can hear. Alright, so using the controller, I am getting a little drifting. You'll see on the video, but it's floating a bit. It's not staying as stable as I'd like it to be. I have 13 GPS satellites, so it should have enough connection. There is a little bit of lag, so there's about half a second to a full second worth of lag between me pushing the stick and the drone actually going. So there might be some there might be something to that lag talk that I saw about all over the internet the last few weeks about the controller. There's no lag between me pushing the stick and the drone. It's a lag between the picture I'm seeing and what's happening. But man, that sport mode makes that thing go fast. It's going 14 meters per second right now. Okay, reminder, if you're using sport mode, it takes a lot farther for the drone to brake. Almost just wrecked it into a tree right there. That tree. Alright, let's try out some of the intelligent flight modes with the controller. since we've already done them on the phone. First up, tripod. Next up is active track. It is pretty windy out today, so I'm willing to give it a little flexibility on the stable piece. It is such a tiny drone. It is kind of windy if you can see the leaves on the tree, but it is still pretty stable. I think one of the issues with stability a second ago was that it was over water. I think when it's over water, the sensor on the bottom has a little trouble picking up where it needs to be. It's over the ground right now and it's pretty stable. All right, time to switch out the battery. It's nice to have more than one battery. So while the Spark boots back up, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna test the stability of the flight with the prop guards on. I tried it in the house yesterday. It kind of made it wobble a bit, but now that we're outside actually doing the test, let's find out. Oh, and something that I'm just noticing, probably should have read that library that came with the Spark, is that these prop guards go with a specific prop. So just like the props go, you can see the gray goes with the gray prop guard goes with the gray propeller. That's probably obvious to everybody else. I just found that out. All right, we'll just let it fly there for a second, see how stable it is. Okay, so that's better than I thought it was gonna be. Yesterday when I had them on in the house, it was not stable at all. Probably had something to do with the fact I didn't know that each prop guard was supposed to stay on its color of prop. I feel kind of foolish about that now, but it's much more stable now. All right, so somebody told me how to do the wave. Let's see if it works. Hey! I got it to work, that's awesome. All right, but I can't get it back. To the controller. While we're out here, since we noticed that lag of the video, let's connect this cable, see if that helps out with the lag. So this is just called an on-the-go cable. I got a micro USB right angle that connects to a lightning USB cable to plug into this. All right, it's not perfect, but we'll see if it helps. All right, so it seems to help the lag a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it is a noticeable difference. All right, so we've got everything connected. Everything should be calibrated. Got the cable connected, drone's up in the air. Let's get some footage. So an irritation I'm noticing, maybe it was the same with just the phone and not the controller, but if you have gesture mode on, or off, you can't switch it to video mode. But when you switch it to the mode, it says it can't do it, but then it cancels your video and then kicks you out anyway. If you're gonna cancel the video, why wouldn't you just go into the mode and just tell me you're canceling the video? All right, so last test, something I've wanted to do since getting the drone, but since I only had one battery, I didn't want to take up a whole battery usage to prove this, but I've gone through 2 batteries now. We're on the last battery. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set it, we're gonna time how long it goes from 100% to 20%, because you don't really want to get the DJI batteries below 20. And with the little bit of wind here, as it's hovering, this should give us a pretty accurate real-world flight time calculation. So we're just gonna set it to gesture, we're gonna let it take off, and I'm just gonna sit here, time it, and see how long until it gets to 20%. All right, there we go, time started. We're now at 97%, it says 1543. Let's just watch. It tried active tracking onto something, we had to move it back. All right, 3 minutes took us down 20%. All right, about 6 minutes to get us down to 60%. Minutes and 50 seconds to get down to 40%. All right, 11 minutes and 42 seconds to get down to 20%. So 11 minutes, 42 seconds. I think it would normally be a little better, it just is pretty windy out here today. If it wasn't as windy, it probably could get a little bit longer. So we got all the footage, we did all the testing, let's head back, check it all out. You did really good today, little buddy. All right, we're back. I've checked out all the footage. I mean, my opinion on the Spark has not changed. I still think the Spark is a fantastic drone. If you're looking at getting a drone, especially a portable drone, you cannot go wrong getting the Spark. The controller and the Fly More combo, I do think the controller adds enough functionality to warrant purchasing. It does let you make the drone a little more of a traditional camera drone and less of a selfie drone. The way that I'll probably continue using it will be mainly through my smartphone. I like just having the smartphone, setting it to active track, and then putting the phone away. This I'll probably use for more panning cinematic shots, but I do think there's value in getting this. What I really think is the most important part of the Fly More combo are the 2 batteries. The base model Spark is great, but it is severely limited with the 1 battery. So if you're gonna get the base model, I highly recommend you get at least 1 more battery. That's what's so nice about the Fly More combos. It comes with 2. It gives you a lot more flexibility and capability in using the Spark. So at the end of the day, yes, I would recommend either the base model or the Fly More combo. I would just recommend you get a Spark because I think it's fantastic. Obviously, I like it. I've made 6 videos about it. Speaking of which, that's it. I cannot think of anything else to say about the drone. It's wonderful. Check out my other videos if you haven't seen them yet for my opinion on the rest of the functionality of it. I didn't cover a lot about the photo settings because I don't really take photos. I'm more of a video person. There's plenty of other videos online if you want to learn more about the photos that it takes. If you have any more questions or there's something else you want to see me try out with the Spark, leave a comment below just kind of describing what you want to see and I'll try to make another video about it. So if you like learning new things, you like learning about drones, 3D printing, motorcycles, all sorts of things, click that subscribe button down below. Once you click that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon right next to it to make sure you get all the notifications from the channel. And hey, I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure out how awesome this drone is and how to turn it into a very capable, cinematic, active tracking, all-around awesome drone, you can figure it out. Thanks for watching.